Look at the time, it's late o'clock with Rob+Hunter.
Rob+Hunter.
Anyway, right now I think it's time to bring on our next act. It is an absolute pleasure to welcome to the stage Peter Combe. Thanks so much for being here.
Pleasure.
Yeah, it's a real thrill for us. Unlike the last guest, Luke and I are both big fans of you.
Let that one go through the keeper, shall I?
Luke in particular is a big fan. He's a little bit shy, and he was wondering if he could get your autograph.
Sure.
If you could just make it up to Rob, and I will pass it on to him. Perfect, thank you.
That's okay.
So I'm a big fan, but for people who might not be so familiar with the work, what colour wiggle are you?
I'm not a wiggle.
No, I've read that wrong. Haven't I? I know you're not a wiggle. You just
So do I.
put out of business by then. But still a very, very successful children's entertainer in your own right. And incredibly popular, particularly in the 80s when we were growing up. And you really were the first children's pop star in this country, even though I read that on your website and you probably wrote that yourself.
Well, that's probably fair. People have said that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's accurate and fair. And I listened to you all the time growing up. Yours was the only tape I had really growing up, and I've listened to your songs over and over again. It really has been an outstanding career. If I could just list some accolades: 7 gold albums, 2 platinum, 3 arias. It's an amazing body of work. Round of applause for. Yeah, they're great though, aren't they, the Wigglers? They're much tougher when there's some competition around.
Yes, they're quite brilliant.
What do you make of this whole Wiggles drama though, like one of them being kicked out for being yellow?
I'm not actually sure that's the reason he got kicked out. Not really sure that at all.
You're saying it's probably just the main reason?
It was possibly a side issue.
All right, insight into the world of children's entertainment. Incidentally, I do notice that in your film clips you never had any ethnic children.
Actually, I did.
Are you sure? Because I've watched them. Maybe it's a subconscious bias. Let's just move on. I want to talk to you about your career. Things started for you in the UK on the BBC.
You did indeed, yes.
And then you came back here and became hugely popular thanks to the album Toffee+Apple.
Exactly.
Which...
Research is good.
It really set your career skyrocketing, didn't it?
It did, yes. That's a reasonable thing to say, yeah.
I think sometimes people forget just how good your music really is, like we heard before, and I think one of the reminders is when you hear kids' songs today, that's a reminder of how good your music was. Like, listen to the garbage that kids have to listen to now. I love it every day, spaghetti+bolognaise.
That's actually one of my songs.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying we all make mistakes.
One point of view, I guess.
Well, I want to move on to another song that I do like, and this is a particular favourite of mine, and I know a lot of people of my age bracket. It's a song called Mr+Clickety+Cane.
Yep.
Which is very popular. The issue I have is that it's clearly about a guy with some sort of mental deficiency.
It's just a sort of basically it's a silly, quirky song, really.
Well, yeah, but I beg to differ. If I could just recount some lyrics, and I quote, washed your face in orange juice, clean your teeth with bubble gum. This guy was a freak. He's fixing fixing fences with sticky tape, and I think the most disturbing thing that, in my mind, is that all the kids in the street, they like to do the same. So he's clearly got some kind of influence on these children. Some might say, a grooming.
That's not really fair, but perhaps I was running out of ideas that day.
I don't mean to insult you. I'm just saying I'm not sure it's wise to make fun of people with mental issues. I know it was a different time back then, back in the 80s. Making fun of retarded people was expected, if anything.
Sort of pre-political correctness. Yeah.
By the way, Peter, is that a stage name or?
No, it's actually that's what my parents called me. It's my real name. Surprisingly.
I want to talk about one of the more controversial aspects of your career. This might ring a bell. You have a song lyric that reads, "What's black and what's white and red all over," and the original lyric used to follow a severely beaten Michael Jackson. I understand that got you into some trouble with some child welfare groups, and rightly so, disgusting.
Any chance this interview might be winding up sort of fairly soon?
I think that's probably a good idea. You're doing a show at the Garden of Unearthly Delights?
I am indeed.
And foreigners, welcome?
Anyone's welcome, Rob. Yeah, even you.
All welcome. I'm busy that day. And for the moment, please thank Peter Combe.
That was the time, it was 8 o'clock with Rob+Hunter.